Oh yeah. And now from North Platte High School Studio B, welcome to Bulldog Banter, where students, stakeholders, and alumni come together to traverse the transformative power of education. This week's episode sponsored by the North Platte Public Schools Foundation and the Flower Market.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bulldog Banter. I'm Maddie Hildebrand.
I'm Reagan Lampy.
And this is the podcast where we talk about all things North Platte.
And do fun stuff.
Today, our guest is Judge Schneider.
Yay.
Hi.
She's the 2025 NPPS Distinguished alumni.
Woo!
Yay.
All right. So, Distinguished Alumni is, or what is tonight?
Tonight's the award.
Yes.
Yes, the ceremony.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
The theme, I'm going to be there, actually. Willie
Yay.
just gave me a job, so. What is the theme again?
Disco glam.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because, we did Tracy last year, and, we've talked about it so much. I'm excited to actually, witness it and, see what goes on.
What was last year they did? 50s or?
Yeah.
Something.
It was a year.
Yeah.
I remember us talking about it.
It was a speakeasy.
Speakeasy, yes.
That's the theme, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So you are a NPHS alumni. So what was it like going to high school here?
I'll tell you what, it was not this building.
Right.
And I was under, even though I'm back in North Platte all the time, I still have a huge portion of my family that still lives here, but was under the impression that they had saved the old part of the building, a part of that. And I today when I pulled up, I was like, where's that building? But so this is very different. It was just a different, nothing in here is familiar. It was an extraordinary period of my life, growing up here and being in school here. And yeah, just really beautiful memories. And yes.
And then you went to college in New Mexico?
I started at the University of Nebraska.
Okay.
And I saw a movie that was filmed in New Mexico, and I thought it was just the most extraordinary, beautiful place ever. And I met the star of that show at the Mary Reba Ross Theater on campus at the University of Nebraska. She was starred in the movie Starkweather, which is about spring of murders in Nebraska and Kansas in the 50s. And she starred in that movie as Carol Fugate. And I met her at the campus. They aired the movie that took me to New Mexico, and they aired Starkweather. And I got to talk with her, or did a screening or viewing, whatever they call this. And I got to talk with her, and anyway, this whole series of events, and they had filmed it in New Mexico, and she talked about how amazing it was. And I called my parents. I said, I'm moving to New Mexico. I was like 21, and they were like, oh my God, what is happening?
All because of a movie.
Because of a movie. And I went to Albuquerque because the university was there, and I'd been there. I went once to find a place to live, and all these years later, I still live there, and I've had just an extraordinary career there. And but yes, I went to New Mexico, finished my education there, but yeah, because of a movie.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is really cool. I've been to, New Mexico for, a second because I was driving to Arizona.
Yeah,
it was, pretty there. I love, the style of the houses and everything. I guess I just, I kind of forget New Mexico's there. But
It's mountains and desert, and it's just absolutely incredible. And then here, it's so green and lush and, humid, and we're dry. I mean, it's just really different. It's a different kind of beauty, but it's just extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful here.
oh, yes, love old Nebraska. So what is, your area that you,
Preside over?
Yes.
I preside over adult criminal, felonies, murder, and I just finished a murder trial. And so adult criminal, juvenile justice, child welfare, when children are removed from their families for abuse or neglect, and competency cases when there's a concern that somebody doesn't understand what's going on, doesn't understand the proceedings and the process. So I preside over those kinds of cases. So specialized area, and I think any area of law that you preside over, whether it's family law with divorces and custody, or cases like I preside over, it's heart-wrenching, really challenging stuff. But I really love doing the kind of work that I do. I would pick this area to preside over anything else.
Yeah.
So, like, what made you decide to specialize in that type of stuff? Like,
Well, when I originally became a judge, we were all in my jurisdiction. We were all general jurisdiction judges, and we presided over every kind of case. Mm-hmm. And then I became the chief judge, the presiding judge over our area. I served in that role for 6 years. And at the beginning of my term as chief, I set in motion divisionalizing. So, and this is just the area that, because I think it makes more sense than, I don't have a lot of expertise now, very little, since I haven't done the work for a long time, but over like a civil matter, like a medical malpractice. That's an extremely complicated kind of case to preside over. And so I think that our judges, as judges, we should be specifically trained in those areas and have an area of focus, even though we still do have 2 judges who do all of it. But I want to be a part of the kind of work where you can connect people to resources that can really change their lives and help people get better. And so that's just what I was drawn to when I practiced law, and the kind of work I'm drawn to now. I think the areas of law that I preside over, I have a part in a lot of ways in creating resources so that people can be healthy and can be, have the life that they really deserve to have.
So do you have like a specific memorable case that you want to share or anything like that?
I have a lot of different cases. I think the cases that are the absolute best are when it works out, like people really are able to take advantage of the resources that you connect them to. And I have a lot of people who come up to me later and say, like in the store, or they'll send a letter or come to the courthouse to tell me that you changed my life, what you did saved my life. I'm now, this is a great example. We were doing every year we do this. It's called the Day of Hope, and it's services for people experiencing homelessness. And it's chaotic, and there are all these pop-up things in the street outside the courthouse. And we were in the middle of the Day of Hope, and a woman came up to me and said, "Do you remember me? I was in front of you. You sent my husband to prison, and you gave me a chance on probation." She said, "He's out of prison. We own a home. This will make me cry. We own a home." She said, I have a car that I purchased. It's registered. She said, "I got my kids back." All of these life changes that, as a result of whatever treatment I had ordered for her. And I said to her at the end of this conversation, and I was trying to kind of get away because I am a part of organizing this event, but I ended up talking to her for a significant period of time. Also, it was a Nebraska football day, and I had the game on in my office, and I was like freaking out. I wanted to go check the score, but I said to her, we're going to end up working together. And she is now a peer support navigator for our court. She's employed by our court. So, yeah.
That's so cool.
It's extraordinary. Yep, and I have chills too. But that happens a lot, and that's the stuff that makes all of this worth it. That is. It's extraordinary. And then on the other side of that, it's also when a family's been victimized, and to be a part of imposing a just result for someone taking a life or wronging someone in a myriad of ways, to be a part of imposing an outcome that is just and appropriate for the act. That's an extraordinary. It's sad, and it's heart-wrenching that things like that happen, but those are positive things to be a part of. Yeah. But I love it when I had somebody mail me their sobriety chip that I framed, that to let me know I've been sober for whatever it was, like 20 years, or just this. I haven't been a judge about that long, but for a significant period of time, So just random beautiful things like that happen. And I always tell people, I didn't do anything. You said something to me that made me believe that you could do it and that it was worth it to connect you to this resource, and you did the work. I didn't do any of it. You did it, but it's a pretty cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I guess I just never realized how
That is literally amazing.
It's the coolest job ever.
I bet. I used to really want to become a lawyer and stuff like that, but I know how hard that schooling is.
Yeah.
So, like, how hard was it for you?
I'm going to tell you a little story. I got pregnant when I was studying for the LSAT to get into law school.
Oh, gosh.
And so I went to law school as a single mother. My daughter was 1 when I started, and so it was outrageously hard. It was hard anyway, but my daughter literally went to class with me, and she sat there with me, and so it was. I think that part of it, like I had to, it'll make me cry, but I had to do something. I had to be something, and I needed to be a role model for a little girl, and so it was unbelievably hard. Studying for the bar was one of the worst, gruesome experiences of my life. My daughter came back here with my parents for 3 months while I studied for the bar because I couldn't do it, and so it was unbelievably hard. Like I don't know, and now I don't know how I did it, and now people that I went to law school with will say to me, "I can't believe you did that with a baby." Like, but I did, and my daughter is amazing, and she. We were just talking about this. She's here. She lives in New Mexico too, but she's here for the thing tonight, and she'll remember things. Like there'll be a song, and she'll say, "Oh, I remember that from when we were in law school." I mean, so we went together. So it was, and some of my best friends forever are from law school from that time. But this is funny. Law school reminded me of high school because we had lockers. I mean, it was so strange, but everybody would say that like it was like high school.
Yeah.
And they were like, because college is massive and big, and you're just sort of a person in a sea. But in high school and then in law school, it wasn't like that. I mean, there are cliques, and they're like it seemed smaller and just very reminiscent of high school. But I wouldn't trade that. Just for anything, that period of my life. But it's pretty hard, but I don't say that to dissuade you. It's also 100% worth it.
Yeah. I'll keep it in my back pocket.
Yes.
My sister has recently decided that she thinks she wants to go to law school.
That's awesome.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. Knowing my sister, I don't think that she's gonna love it.
Yeah, if you would go watch,
look to your sister?
Yeah, I hope she's not watching this.
If you would go watch the podcast where we actually had her sister on,
you would realize
she chose her major because the school, because
she wanted to go to the school or the business.
That was like the math part of it instead of like the journalism part of it, because it was walking distance from her.
It was too far of a walk, so she chose
the business side instead of going all the way across campus. And we're like, okay, right,
but
okay.
I believe in her. That's what she chooses. I believe in her.
Yeah, you got it, Riley. I have full faith.
Sometimes those are the best ways to make decisions.
Yeah, just like
that's the most attractive building. I want to be in there.
Yeah.
That is something she would say.
So how old is your daughter now?
28.
What is she like getting into?
I thought you said what's she like? I was going to say she's amazing.
You could say say both.
She's amazing. She does not want to go into law, although she thought that she would for a big period of her life. But she has she's political science and Spanish degree, and she graduated in the middle of COVID, so that was like a big thud, But she right now is she works for nonprofits, and she's doing grant writing, and she's also a dancer. She did ballet her entire childhood, and she did study dance in college as well. And she's thinking about dance therapy, but I think she's probably going to go back to graduate school. But right now she's doing a bunch of grant writing. She's doing some juvenile justice work, grant writing for juvenile justice issues, and which connects us, which is cool. But she's just.
She's got a lot going for her.
She's way smarter than I'll ever be, and
Do you have any other kids?
No.
Just her?
Just her.
Cool. Just you and her.
That's amazing. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about your experience going to high school? Or did you do activities or? I
did. I was, this is something else my daughter and I were talking about. I was a very mediocre cheerleader for a little bit. I kind of tried all kinds of things, like did track a little bit, and I loved art, so I was involved in art all the way through. I did debate.
Ooh.
And what else did I do? Swam for a little bit, which nothing really took. I'm not really that athletic, so but I just sort of tried everything.
You kind of have to do that in high school.
Yeah. But I still have some of my best friends from grade school growing up here. I think that I went through kind of a phase in the high school where I was kind of speaking out for people's rights and that kind of thing. I mean, my parents got called a couple times, but it all worked out with my career
So
field.
needless to say, they weren't surprised that you went into law at all.
They were not surprised. Although I'll tell you what, have you done those personality tests?
Yeah, like the introvert and all that stuff.
Yes, and every personality test that I do says I should be like an artist or some other sort of free-spirited thing, not a lawyer where
you're like the exact opposite.
Exact opposite, yeah. So, but I think that it merges well, that part of my personality with the more academic part of my personality. But I don't think anyone was surprised when I chose this career field.
So did like debate help you with any of like that stuff? Like, is that maybe what got you into it or what?
I wanted to be a lawyer from my earliest memory of wanting to go to law school was when I was like 11.
Oh.
So I always wanted to do this, but debate was very helpful. And in college I did debate, and I think that it's incredibly important, not just in the field of law, but to be able to effectively argue every side of something. And then I think it also helps your brain and helps you process in life with just the bigger picture. Like I think we're always kind of in a crazy political time, but if we take the time that we're in right now, whatever side you're on, whomever you agree with or support, it's really important to be able to see why someone else might choose another side. And sometimes that's really challenging to do, but debate helps you do that, just shapes your brain, trains your brain to be able to shift sides, and it's just really important to meet people where they are and understand where they're coming from, and that's helpful in that capacity. And I think that's helpful for the job that I do now, for sure.
I always kick myself because I feel like debate sounds like so much fun, and I love to argue, and I love to be right. So I always kick myself that I didn't do debate, but I got this.
You still can.
I was going to say, it's not too late.
This year you can do it.
Another thing to add to my list of things to do this year. Oh gosh, it's gonna be a busy year. Maybe I'll add debate. We'll see.
Yeah,
And I'll shout you out.
Are you both seniors?
Yes.
Yep.
Scary.
Yeah.
Senior year.
Very scary.
And school is starting so soon.
When does it start? We pulled up and we were like, why is the parking lot empty? I couldn't even remember what.
I actually feel like there's a lot of people here right now.
Yeah, there are people.
For no school. We start the 14th, August 14th.
Yep.
So,
We have school pictures like next week.
yeah.
Wow.
And then I golf, so I start golf like a week before. So it's going to be, and then we always like usually do this through the summer. So sometimes it feels like we never really left school, especially last year, because we came during the summer a lot. It literally felt like we didn't leave school.
And I have cheer on Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Oh, wow.
so I'm literally here all the time too.
Yeah, so kind of feel like we live at the school,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Where's college, do you think?
I think I'm definitely going to UNL. I really like, because like with the stuff we do so much. We do like the sports media and that stuff, but we also do like little short films, and like I've made a documentary and stuff like that. And so this year I'm really trying to like pinpoint which side of it that I like more, like the sports media and stuff, because as far as UNL, like their program for that is so good, and they're like just are building a whole new like level for it and everything. That would be great to go there for that, but I don't know if I enjoy that or the film side of it more, because I really love film. I love movies. When I was younger, I was like, I will be an actress. I will be an actress. Like, I wanted to be an actress so bad. And so, like, being thinking that I could be able to still be a part of all that, like be a director or a producer, anything like that is exciting for me. I just know that field is really difficult, especially starting in Nebraska. So I feel if I did have to go to UNL for that, or even if I went to Wayne or anything like that, I would want to go for like maybe 2 years and then like go to California, go to Cal Arts or something like that. Like we did talk to the lady who is the founder of Calibraska, and she like started in Hastings and then went to Cal Arts. And,
wow.
Yeah, so like there's so many options that I have. I just really need to figure out this year what I want to do.
So I'm probably going to go to UNL too. I've changed my mind what I want to do a lot. Last thing I said on the podcast was that I wanted to do sports media, but I think I finally decided, actually this might change, but
Probably
right
will.
now I think I want to be a pediatric occupational therapist.
Wow.
Yeah. I just like kids a lot, so I've always wanted to do something with kids, and I like doing the sports stuff, but I think that's just like a right now thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah.
not all about that kid thing, so I probably won't have kids. I'll be like the rich aunt. So
right.
yeah, I will. Don't even. But yeah, so just honestly anything to do with a camera, I think in my
That's
future I'll
awesome.
be happy with.
Yeah.
I was always scared like that we have like friends who like know what they want to do. Like our friends like really into like cosmetology, and I was always afraid that I would never know what I want to do. And then sophomore year we got into this, and it was like, yep, this is what I want to do, and it ties back to like what I wanted to do when I was a kid, and I just love it. It just brings me so much joy. And like podcasting, I love doing this too, so I could even tie podcasting into stuff, broadcasting, anything. So
And you can do a little of all of those
Exactly,
things.
yeah.
I mean, you really can. New Mexico does a lot of film work.
Really?
Yeah, there are lots of movies that are filmed in New Mexico, which is really cool. My daughter's father's house has been used in several movies. So anyway, a lot of film stuff goes down there. But I think with streaming networks, there's all kinds of opportunity for people now that there didn't used to be.
have,
yeah,
yeah.
so that's really cool. Yeah.
Yes, I'm really
and I'm with you.
excited.
Like I'm children, and that's my big thing.
Yeah.
You know, is making sure kids are healthy and safe and have what they deserve. And so
Yeah.
pretty cool. And your ideas might change.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, they probably will, but you know, I'm excited. I'm just excited to go to college.
Me too. But I'm
UNL's
also
awesome.
scared.
It's scary.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
know.
niece here who is
Yeah.
starting college, and she was this morning we were talking, and she's like, I'm excited and I'm scared, and it's just such a
Yeah.
cool time of your life. But it's a lot.
I know. We got it though.
Yes.
Were you like surprised at all to find out that you were the 2025 Distinguished Alumni?
Yes.
You were?
Yes.
Really?
There was a meeting in my town. I live in southeastern New Mexico, so about an hour out away from El Paso, Texas. And we had a chief judge's meeting happening, and we had members of our Supreme Court there, and we were at dinner. And I got a call from my brother, Brian, and I stepped away from the table because I thought this can't be good because it was strange.
Yeah.
And he told me, and I was just like elated. And the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court is sitting there, and I'm like, I'm getting an award from my high school. And then everyone was like, what are you talking about? But I was surprised. And my older sister, Shawnee, and my youngest brother, Brian, and my daughter put it all together and submitted my name. And
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm so honored. It's such a cool thing to be
Yeah.
recognized for, where you came from, and then for the achievements that you've had in your life. It's really an honor.
Yeah, I love that they do that because it is like you're in a whole different state and they're still like recognizing all of the accomplishments that
And
you've
it's bringing people back.
back.
Yes,
Yeah, tying
yes.
back
Really
to
amazing.
North Platte. Yes, I just love North Platte.
So you have to give a speech tonight, right?
I do. I'm characterizing it as remarks so that it's making me less nervous because I'm like super nervous about it. It's so bizarre. I talk in front of people all the time, but it's not me. You know, it's Judge Schneider.
judge,
It's
yeah.
not me. So I'm nervous. So
I'm sure you do good.
keep the bar low.
Oh, I'll be there.
I'm
so.
sure you'll do amazing.
Thank you. You know what? I was looking through the website, and I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time that it's been all women who got the award. I might be wrong about that, but I went through just
Terry
because
says thumbs up.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really, really
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, go women. Very women empowering.
Yeah.
I
that's
love
very,
it.
Very exciting.
Yeah, maybe, you know what, in 20 plus years, you could be distinguished alumni. You never know.
All right.
That's right.
So,
Keep thinking.
Terry, keep keep an eye out for me. So,
Oh,
any
my.
like final advice you want to give, or just in general, doesn't have to be about your career or anything like that?
I think that this will sound silly, but I think about this a lot. Like, just be you, be authentically you. I think that we spend, and I'm not your age at this period of time, so it may have been way different when I was younger, but I think people spend a whole lot of time trying to be someone else or being someone that they think they're supposed to be. And we're all supposed to be the person we were born to be. You know, that's perfect, who you are. And at least for me, it took a while in my life to really embrace that I'm quirky and, but you know, and all the goofy things about me make up who I am. And that's good. That's a good thing. And then the other thing is that, and this is something that I just being involved with young people, that having anxiety and having that's a normal part of life. That there's not something wrong with you if something makes you anxious. And I think that that's another thing that young people particularly struggle with, that they're not supposed to be worried about something. And it's normal, and it's okay to talk about it. And I think those are two really important sort of mental health things. And I have siblings with kids, and I give my nieces and nephews this advice, and some of my siblings don't appreciate it very much.
Oh.
But you follow your heart; it will work. It will work out. And I can't think of anything more horrible in life than having a career that you don't love. I can't imagine going to a job every day where I would be miserable, where it's just about a paycheck. Make sure that you're doing what you're called to do in this world, and then it's not a job. It's a gift. Like every day, I can't believe I get to do this. And when I went to law school, every day I walked through those doors, and I thought, I cannot believe I get to go to school here. Like, this is so. Follow your heart, and the money will follow. You'll be able to support yourself, but you don't want to go to work every day to something that you hate and that is miserable. You will never excel at it. Doesn't matter how much they pay you to do it. So those are my many years later advice to you young people. That
All right, perfect.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
thank you for having me. This
Yes,
is super cool.
loved
Thank you, Terry.
having you.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yay.
All right, bye, Bulldog Banter. See you in the next one.